right, welcome back everyone. We have hit halfway through our launch series actually, and Trudy's back with us again to kind of unpack the public image. So we've stepped through a few really important activities before now around our competitive advantage that we identified from doing some analysis of our competition. We then use that competitive advantage, or that UVP, to then put together our customer persona and our customer channels. We're now going to look at, I guess, how we make that public facing. So what do we do with the information about how great we are and who we want to sell to in order to get that person to buy the thing that we have? So why is it important to think about our brand identity and what that looks like as a public-facing element to our business?
Yeah, well, you hit the nail on the head, Nicole, by saying so far up until now, we've been focusing on our business internally. And by now, we should have a really good idea of what sets us apart and why people should buy from us. But our brand is there to bring it all together externally and actually showcase those messages and our business to the world. So it's really important that our brand stands out, is consistent, and displays a bit of our persona and a bit of personality about our business.
So branding is just a logo, right?
A lot of people think that branding stops at your stationery or your logo, but it's actually so much more than that. Your brand is your entire business. It's that visual element, so your logo, your letterhead, perhaps your social media banners or your newsletter banners, but it's so much more than that. It's also your customer interactions, how you talk to people. It's how you program your chatbot on your website. All of these different elements actually step into creating your brand. So also your packaging and any themes as well that you might use.
So I imagine that one thing that's crucial in developing your branding is making sure that it's all quite tied together. What are some of the considerations that you need to make in kind of doing that?
Yeah, so you could have different colors and different fonts and everything all over the place, but people would probably get pretty confused about who they were buying from and whether you were the same business or not, and they might forget about you. So it's really important to be consistent with your brand and try to be memorable. And you can do that by coming back to your customer persona. We had Sally in the beginning thinking about what would resonate with her. So when you're creating your brand, think about what's going to resonate with that customer persona.
So I guess what we're trying to establish here is something really consistent that people will tie to us straight away. And I imagine some good examples of that are kind of like the McDonald's arches. Like as soon as you see that particular color with that particular logo mark, you know that it's McDonald's straight away. Or Coca-Cola, that particular red with their logo, you identify straight away. So I imagine that's what we're trying to do here, is kind of establish some rules around how we represent ourselves publicly so that other people can look at our brand or our colors and think of us straight away.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, think about if you were making a decision shopping list or what you were going to have for dinner. Like you said, you are going to be specific about that business and you're going to remember that brand. You're not just going to go, oh, I feel like a burger. You're going to know exactly where you want to go. And that's what branding is all about.
Awesome. So the first thing that we need to do when we're thinking about branding is obviously work out what we like and what we don't like. So we're going to set a bit of a creative task here. For those of you that have used Pinterest before, it's an amazing digital tool for you to be able to collate inspiration and images that you really love. You can also do it for things that you hate, but for the purpose of today, we're actually going to create stuff that you really enjoy. So, and you can do this not using Pinterest by just creating either a physical scrapbook by cutting out images and actually sort of gluing them on a page, or you can create a digital scrapbook on like a Word document by just screen grabbing images and collating them together. But Pinterest has a great way of suggesting other images to you that resonate with the ones that you've collected. So it's a fantastic tool to use at this stage. So we're going to give you about 30 minutes, and what we want to do is take that time to kind of pull out the colors that you love, some examples of logos that you enjoy, maybe some social media banners or parts of websites that are great, and start to build out the visual identity that might inform your decisions around your brand for your business. Really important important to take the time to do this, because if you ever go to work with a designer later down the track who's going to put together your visual assets like your logo or any other components like that, this is the first thing that they'll ask you to do, is to create a bit of a mood board of stuff that you love about branding, and then they use that as the catalyst and the inspiration to create your brand. So take 30 minutes now, have a trawl through the internet and pick out brands and colors and designs that you love in order to create a visual board of what might work for your brand. All right, welcome back, guys. So we've taken 30 minutes. We've got this amazing visual board of branding that we love. The next stage from there would be to take that inspiration and create some visual assets, either with the help of a designer or using a great digital tool like Canva to create that stuff. Once we've got our visual identity together, so we've got a logo, we've got kind of some social media banners, we've got some colors that we love, maybe we've chosen a font that we're going to use. What do we do now?
Well, the next step is to get that brand out there, and that's where marketing comes into play. So marketing is really how you're going to promote your products or services and the benefits and features of those out to the wider audience to make some money.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, marketing seems like it's really complex. Like, how do I simplify where I market my product?
So marketing doesn't need to be complex. It's all about understanding your customer, your unique value proposition and what sets you apart, and where you're going to deliver that message. So we've done all of the groundwork. So this next part should be really easy. The easiest way to get that message out there and to reach your ideal customer is to create a bit of a plan. So use a calendar. And we've got an example actually that we pulled together that you can use. So stepping out for each month, what are the channels that you want to use to reach your customer? So pick, say, 3 or 4. Might be Facebook, might be Twitter, if that's relevant, or Instagram. And it could even be a letterbox drop. That is a type of media that you can use to market your business.
And these are from the work that we did with the persona and the customer channels from the last video. So we're taking that exact same content and now bringing it into our marketing strategy.
Yeah, so pick some of those customer channels. And then what you want to do is think about how you're going to use those channels. What messages are you going to share on them? So to keep it simple, I like to be a little bit repetitive and pick 3 primary messages that I want to edit each month. So what I mean by that is, for example, for our fictitious t-shirt business, I would like to show people how they can actually wear the t-shirts and the other apparel or fashion items that we have. So each month I'm going to do a series of posts about how to wear those products and share those on our social media. So I use my content calendar to plan those out, and then I have very easily an entire year of content based on how to wear the t-shirts.
Awesome. So what are some other types of messaging? So I imagine testimonials might be another one. So if you get a customer who raves about their experience with you, obviously sharing that testimonial would be one. What are some other key messages that you could use in these marketing strategies?
Yeah, definitely. So testimonials and case studies are a great one to share. FAQs are also good ones to share. So that might be anything from how do you handle refunds? People can be really particular if your product is an online product. It might be meet the team, so showcasing the faces behind your business, particularly if you're a very personable business or a service business. It could also be something like 5 easy steps to use your product or service.
Awesome. So we've got our template there for you guys to tap into. It's a content calendar. So thinking about your customer channels, picking out a few of those, and then picking some key messages that you can repeat across the calendar. We're going to give you 20 minutes to fill out that template. There's an exemplar there for you to check out as well. And then we'll return for our last activity in a moment. All right, welcome back everybody. We've done our content calendar now, and this is the final video that Trudy will be joining us for. Do you have any parting words of advice for our young people around thinking about their competitor analysis, their UVP, maybe marketing, customer persona? What might be a key message for them to take away?
I think it really comes back to understanding your customer, because once you know that person really well and be as detailed as you can in creating that persona, then you're really going to be able to focus in on how you can help solve problems that they're facing.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for your time, Trudy. And our final task for this video before we kick along to our next one is for you to take the information from our customer channels and our marketing strategy and just pop that into your business models canvas so that this becomes a robust document that's kind of captures everything that we're working towards across the course of these videos.